Illinois' primary target, Andrej Stojakovic, has concluded his visit to Champaign, a visit in which it's rumored. I really have no idea if this is true or not, but it's rumored that Brad Underwood was like on a patio with Peja Stojakovic drinking wine, watching the NBA playoffs this week.
Nah, I'm sick we weren't on that patio.
I know. That was my first thought too. Like, damn, I would kill to be on that path. Honestly, no, it'd be like if we're at the Underwood residence, Brad and Peja are just drinking wine, and then you, me, Tyler, and Andre are running twos in the driveway.
Yeah. That would get honestly, that get a little spooky us running to like you know how competitive we get.
Right. It would not end well. But anyways,
No, it would end awful.
so by all accounts, it was a great visit. Andre enjoyed his time. I think everyone came out of it thinking we're on commitment watch here. And reports surfaced of that. One specifically from the leading reporter in this entire recruiting portal space, Joe Tipton, Tipton Edits, shout out to him, put in a prediction yesterday afternoon that Andrej Stojakovic would commit to Illinois. That's awesome. Usually when that happens from Tipton, not to just summarize over too much, but like my interpretation is that when Tipton puts a prediction in, usually within hours a kid commits. I think everybody expected we are on commitment watch. Tipton is that good. Well, something somewhat unorthodox happened shortly after this, and I want to just run this by you and get your feeling on this. Tipton put an update out that normally after he puts a prediction, I don't want to put words in his mouth, but usually like things are pretty solidified. There's no more updates. He put an update out last night, a few hours after he formally predicted Stojakovic to Illinois, that I don't want to say contradicts the prediction, but at least makes it a little more complicated. And I encourage everybody subscribe to On3 to read the full report. We're not trying to like take Tipton's work and work off of it. We're just reacting to I think the rumor of this that has now become public knowledge to everybody on the internet. Tipton reported later that there are still a bunch of other schools in contention, including North Carolina, Gonzaga, USC, and Florida, and that Gonzaga may even be getting a visit. So something, I don't want to say something happened, but there's definitely been a shift of energy from the leader in the space from earlier in the afternoon, which was like, he's going to Illinois. My prediction's in. To wait just a second, a lot of schools are still involved, and Gonzaga might be getting a visit. How concerned would you be if you were an Illinois fan or someone on the Illinois staff with this update?
So I get all right, I'll start with this. We did the Stojakovic video like leading up to this visit, and I put my crystal balls pause to the test. And I was like, I don't think he leaves Champagne without committing. Like I thought it was pretty imminent. Then, guys like Branham over at 24/7, Tipton start chiming in. And I'm like, oh yeah, like this is about to happen. This is about to go down. It not happening would have me slightly concerned. Now, granted, the schools that are involved maybe necessarily don't concern me as much. Maybe a little bit. We can get a little bit more deeply into that. But him leaving Champagne without a commitment wouldn't make me feel the best, but I'm not in complete panic mode. But when something happens like this, it's hard for the mind not to wander, G. And you start guessing what happens because I don't know if anyone truly knows what exactly happened, or if they do, it ain't us because we're not at practice every day or whatever that phrase is or anything like that. But it it looks to me like what happened is maybe somebody came in with a big money offer late that maybe had him thinking twice about it. Like that's got to be one of the reasons, right?
I don't think it's that. Maybe
Okay,
I'm
so
wrong.
talk to me. What do you think it is then?
So I'm kind of torn on this because I don't think I have a good read on what's happening. And if I was hooked up to a lie detector test right now, and you asked me if Illinois was going to get Andrej Stojakovic, I would say yes. If you asked me if Illinois should feel threatened by other schools, I think I would say no. I still think this is like going to happen. I still think it's a done deal. I still think Illinois getting a crystal ball or whatever you call it from Tipton yesterday is a humongous deal. Like we all would have said coming into this week, if Andre leaves the visit and everyone in the industry is predicting Andre to Illinois, that's a great sign and they crushed it, right? Like that happened. Let's not pretend that didn't happen. As of yesterday afternoon, everyone involved thought this was a done deal. You and I were going to pre-record the commitment video. So I still think all that's real. You don't like come off that visit, have everyone think that's real, and like it not be real. He left this visit thinking either I love this and or like I'm going to commit to Illinois. I look, we're on the media side of this. We are very unorthodox in our role in the media space, as any listener could obviously know. We don't break news, we react to news. We don't cover one team, we cover a bunch of teams. We just are sort of in this middle mess where I don't know, like we're not. I still don't really know how we have a role in this, but I've seen enough from people that do this side of the job to know enough about like how it works a little bit. And I feel like in the rare occasions where someone as big and as good as Tipton tweaks their report, right? I think that's what he tweaked it. He said, "I've got a prediction. I still have my prediction." He didn't remove his prediction to Illinois. He said, "I still have my prediction." But in talking to some sources since, there's still some other schools involved. That's all this is. And if I'm trying to understand why would that happen, the reason that comes to mind for me is just somebody involved here, likely from Andre's side, saw that Tipton logged a prediction and immediately said, whoa, 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 whoa. Chill. We interrupt this sleepers video to tell you about an offer from Underdog Fantasy. Cart, you love Underdog Fantasy, correct?
Of course I do. Can I have a moment real quick?
Please. Thank you for that. In fact, I'm going to cut you off because our listeners like when we keep these short and sweet. Underdog Fantasy. Sign up as a new user. Use promo code SLEEPERS. Get bonus funds up to $1,000, 50% of your deposit match. The NBA playoffs are rocking right now. I played Underdog last week with a Cade Cunningham line. I'm looking forward to doing it throughout the entire first round of the NBA playoffs, but there's more. You can place picks on golf. You can place picks on baseball. You can place picks on the NHL playoffs that are rocking right now. Join Underdog Fantasy, promo code SLEEPERS. Support this show so that we can keep bringing videos to you. Back to the video. We're not going with this yet. Now, there's two different reasons, multiple reasons that could happen. Reason one could be that they think it's wrong, that they don't think it's a done deal to Illinois. A more likely reason would be he's going to Illinois and the family doesn't want that out there yet. Right? When you're going to commit, like you want to control the narrative. You want to be the ones breaking the news. So that's my interpretation of this. Maybe I'm wrong. Until we hear that there's another school that is getting a visit and that this is really dragging on, you're going to have a really hard time convincing me that it's anywhere other than Illinois. The idea that like Gonzaga might get a visit, that's a little spooky. But also they're not getting a visit right now. Everybody else that's on this list, North Carolina, Florida, they were on the list before he went to Illinois. And all the reports from Carolina accounts were like, we're waiting to see how the Illinois visit goes. So he came out of this with Illinois crystal balls. I still think it's Illinois.
Okay, see, I feel that same way, but also at the same time, every hour this is up in the air. I don't want him thinking about taking visits. Also, shame on North Carolina. They're not built like that. I would have had staff in Champaign. They don't have that killer instinct.
Well, it's Hubert, right?
Yeah, that's a damn shame. I would have been there, but it'll be awesome when my dog Dre is on Theo Pinson's podcast in 17 years talking about, man, yeah, I was waiting for North Carolina. I wanted them. I always wanted to be a Tar Heel. It'll be fun to get that clip out there. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not panicking completely. Really, actually, I'm probably not panicking at all. But I was just
It
like,
sounds like you're panicking.
I am, because I was like, don't let him leave Champagne without a commitment, like for real. Like I would, we're supposed to be the bitches. Like, come on, get in, bitches. We're going hooping. This was supposed to be it.
Yeah, Vitch, please. Like,
Yeah.
get on.
Now, like, damn, who took my bitch?
Yeah. Um,
Damn, Mark, stop looking at my bitch, boy.
honestly, yeah, the Illinois Sons of Vitches.
Sons of.
It's pretty good. No, look, I think you're right to be a little eerie on this. Like, I'm with you that every day he hasn't committed to Illinois, it drops 1% less likely he goes to Illinois. But that's still minor right now. We're still like in the 90s on the likelihood. Again, we were literally like, I had the list prepared yesterday afternoon. The first thing we were going to record today was an Andre pre record. Have it ready because he's committing and everyone knows it. We've held off from that for now, just because it does seem like there's at least a little hesitation from those predicting Andre to Illinois. But I will say this, though, to anyone listening to this, like, I feel like I just spent this video going on record and being like, calm down. He's going to Illinois still. Like the Tipton report's weird, but I don't put all that much stock into the update. Um, with that said, like Tipton's really good at his job
Mhm.
and he does things for a reason. Like there is weight to it. And I don't like how nasty some of the stuff I've seen from Illinois circles is to that. Like I get it. We're nasty to everybody online. I That's part of just doing this for a job. But like there's some crazy stuff being thrown Tipton's way right now that is not
Yeah.
fair to him.
Facts. Plus, it's like it's Tipton. Like there's
Right.
some dudes who move a little bit different in this space, and honestly, no one deserves some of the things I've seen said to Tipton. No one deserves that. I don't care what they do. But like Tipton isn't one of the people that tries to, drum things up or, do like the last minute predictions or something like that. Like he's genuinely really good at this shit and also just a dope person. Like,
Yeah.
so crazy, crazy things that are being thrown his way. Also, like, wouldn't y'all rather him report what is the truth too? Like the reason he's going back on this is because obviously he heard something. Like this, there was a change in it and he reported the change.
Yeah. Yep. I don't know.
Illinois fans are mean. We know
Every
that.
fan, every fan base is mean. There's a lot of good Illinois fans, but
There's a
I
lot of good Illinois fans, but yeah, it's like this is why I love Illinois fans. It's like it's this one friend I used to have, right? It's actually no, it's not even one friend I used to have. Illinois fans are our friend TJ. G. That's exactly who they are.
everything comes back to you and T. Do you need therapy with your friend here? Like what's
Maybe because like I'll be like, TJ, look at you, your hat's off to the side. Ha ha. Ha. And be like, yeah, well, your family doesn't love you and your son is awful. And I'll be like, damn, okay. You set it off right there. Noted. That's kind of it's passionate.
Well, this is the other side of the coin, the thing you always say. I'm Carter, right? Like you can get away with anything because you're Carter. Like that's something
Yeah.
you've adopted. Part of being Carter is everyone gets to get away with anything back at you. And you have to deal with
Ah,
it.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So patient.
I still think this is a done deal to Illinois. If anything changes, we'll certainly discuss it. But hold strong, Illini Nation. Stop being mean to Joe Tipton.